Radio. Wrestling podcast featuring Ramen Bomber and Rab and the one and only Peanut. Woo! Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Bitches.
Previously on Jobber Radio. I think this is going to be great. I don't know how they can even fuck this up. The Rumble match, that is.
I know how they can fuck this up.
Absolutely ways they can fuck this up, Bomber.
I don't know, man. I really don't. Like, there's so many other names that we didn't even mention. You got...
No, but the point is, even when it's handed to them on a platter, they fuck it up.
Taker looks fine. He's old as shit, but whatever. He looks like he's in good shape.
I like how...
And he's showing cool.
I like how nobody's even mentioned Randy Orton in the Royal Rumble.
That's why it sucks.
Because he's a non-factor.
He's not going to win it.
Wow.
He's a complete non-factor.
He
will win just like Xavier Woods or Big E.
Thank you for reminding me how they can fuck it up. He needs an ACL tear in the worst way.
Dude, Jesus Christ.
We need 8 months where we don't see Roman Reigns. But it is fun cooking with Blue Apron.
God, shut the fuck up. We're getting out of here.
You can
All
make
right.
your meals at home.
No, God damn it, everybody.
Better way to cook.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Jobber Radio. You just heard it right there. We said that the Royal Rumble could not be fucked up, but...
We is a lot of people.
We is a lot of people. We had 5 people
We is
on.
a lot of people. One person said it couldn't get fucked up.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
We is a lot of people.
Bomber, Jake, by the way, I said it couldn't be fucked up, but everybody else did, and we're going to get to everybody else that's here on the show right now. We're going to start it off with that guy right there, Rab. First of all, how you doing, man? You doing okay tonight?
You know, I always enjoy the Royal Rumble, and mostly enjoyed it, but, I mean, come on. Every time with these people.
What, did that ruin the Royal Rumble ruin your night? Is that what's happening? I'm just asking how your night's going.
No, well, you know, because I have to talk about this now.
Well, yeah, okay. Anyway, Rab's horrible. First of all, one half of the Outsiders. We have both of them here, but the first one, Lee, how's it going? You missed the last episode. You didn't get to chime in on the Rumble, but how are you doing right now? Did it ruin your night? Did the Royal Rumble ruin your night?
I'm doing pretty good. I did an 8-ball and banged some ring rats beforehand in honor of the Rock and Roll Express getting into the WWE Hall of Fame.
I can respect that.
So I'm doing pretty good.
That. Cool. And the other half of the Outsiders, Scott, what's up?
Not too much.
Yeah, you
no 8 balls, but you know.
No 8 balls?
No.
No ring rats?
Nah, not tonight.
All right, guys. Well, that's our crew tonight. So we got quite a bit to talk about. The Royal Rumble in the books, 2017. As I said, I was the one who said they couldn't fuck it up, and
it's your fault.
Everybody said Randy Orton was a non-factor. I brought Randy Orton's name up out of nowhere because I was looking at the list of names, and it was as we were closing the show on our last show, and I said, well, you know what? We didn't even mention Randy Orton, and everybody just jumped in. Oh, he sucks. Nobody cares. No chance of winning, and look what the fuck happened. What the fuck happened.
Yeah. So how do we want to cover this? Start going at it, or what?
I mean, let's just talk. Let's go straight into the Royal Rumble first, the match.
Well, I want to go over the winner of it with Orton. Because, I mean, the match is what it is. We can get to that. Because I love Rumble matches, but the end result can often taint it. Look at Batista with Reigns and that kind of thing. Honestly, what I said last time was there are 10 more names more viable based on what they've been setting up. Mm-hmm. From a storytelling perspective, they have not hinted at Randy Orton winning the Rumble. They gave as much credit to him winning it as they did to Kalisto or even Dolph Ziggler. Like, they're in it and maybe, but that's it. They're not really. It's the other guy's show. And you end up having him win. And I do give them credit because I said this kind of in our pre-stuff, but not since ever have they had a guy kind of win out of the blue, even though it's 9-time world champion.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, it's Randy Orton.
That. That's good. It is Orton, so it's a legit way. Like, if someone's out of the blue, it's believable that it's Orton. Mm-hmm. In the history sense of it, like Cena getting title shots, if I can bring that back up. It's that kind of it makes sense. It's Orton. He's been there. It's legit enough. However, from a storytelling perspective, he's not been anywhere near this whatsoever. So it's kind of like, oh, all this stuff you set up that was all this cool shit, you didn't pay off any of it. And for a company that likes to do the aspect of, why buy a UFC fight when it can be over in 10 seconds? Come watch our storytelling, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. It was weird for them to not pay off any of those stories, even though, we're going to go towards 3 more pay-per-views. It just felt weird for them to pull Orton out like that. But at the same time, not since like Duggan and Yokozuna back in the 90s and the 80s and that, has a Rumble winner really truly been out of the blue. But I think that while legitimizing the idea that anybody can win is kind of a problem because everyone went, oh, him? Really? That's Mania, huh?
So I saw that you, like, in our picks, which we'll get to the winner of that in a little bit, but you picked Baylor, Finn Baylor.
Yeah.
Are you devastated that he wasn't there? I mean, obviously a little let down.
I'm not devastated. It feels like a colossal missed opportunity. Joe as well, and I mean, they literally did something else with him the next night, and fair enough. But the Rumble's kind of built around big surprises, and to not have that, and it's not built around it, but you know what I mean. Ty Dillinger should not be the big surprise you're talking about afterwards. There should have been something else, and they have everyone else. I'm amazed Tyler Bate never got in it. Kane wasn't in it. For all our joking.
I was shocked.
That's the first Rumble he's missed, I think, in 15 years.
And he could have easily been in there.
His record is done of consecutive Rumbles.
He could have been in there.
He's
out.
So
is over.
The streak is over. History's been made.
Fucking, they ruined Taker's streak, now Kane's streak.
But exactly. But Orton, I'm not against it for him winning, but what you get for winning is not what anything was being set up for. And I don't think Orton winning didn't ruin it, but there was more factors and it contributed to it being kind of like, instead of, oh wow, Orton won, man, that came out of nowhere, which could have made, it's just Orton, that's his thing.
Yeah.
It never really played on any of that when it could have.
So, you guys in the same boat?
Well, I mean, yes, it came out of nowhere, but it feels lazy with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it was out of nowhere, but I mean, you're just like, no, it's not going to be him, not going to be him. Yeah, Randy Orton, it could be him, right? He did it before? Yeah, it could be Randy Orton. Well, I mean, if it had been, fucking Kofi Kingston or some shit, I'm not saying it should have been, but if it was, you'd go, wow, that's wow, they really tried something there. It doesn't feel like they tried anything, they just grabbed Randy Orton.
And to follow up on that, it could have been star making. If the rumor that I posted to you, Bomber, about God damn it, it's your fault, was the betting odds changed for Randy Orton winning, Bray Wyatt taking the title at Elimination Chamber, and that's your Mania match. And I'm like, God damn it. And you know what? To get to that point, if you want to go there, have Bray Wyatt win the Rumble.
Exactly.
Because no matter what you do, when you look at history, you see that Austin won 3 and Michaels won 2 and all these guys, they won a Rumble. The Rock won 1, but Guerrero never did. But Mysterio did. And it legitimizes something. Instead of Randy Orton being a 2-time Rumble winner and the 8-time world champion, blah, 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 he could have been a 1-time Rumble winner, blah, blah, blah. Bray Wyatt could have been a tag champ and a Rumble winner.
But I mean,
it would have legitimized a little bit into escalating to the main event.
And the thing is, Orton
and got the same exact point.
But Bray Wyatt's gonna be around a lot longer. Now, I mean, Orton, not saying that he's like on his way out or anything, but Bray Wyatt's gonna be around for a lot longer. He has chances to win his Rumbles later on down the road.
So
this was it.
This was a good chance. Now, if that's what they're leading to, that's why I'm kind of not. There's that big rumor right now that it's going to be Orton versus Wyatt. But you know what? I'm not sold on that yet. I don't.
It's the only thing that makes sense with Randy Orton winning the Royal Rumble.
That match is happening at Mania. That's why everyone was predicting that.
I'm not sold on that though.
Well, especially with Harper now, who knows what's going to happen there after SmackDown? But that seemed to be the obvious thing, and that's again building a storyline going somewhere. It would have made a lot more sense for Orton to turn on Wyatt for a title shot, or for Wyatt to turn on Orton for a title. Like, it makes sense. I don't like the idea that he wouldn't turn on him without it. Like, he's just a Wyatt now. That seems odd. But the idea that Bray Wyatt didn't win it when it would have legitimized in a lot of people's eyes, look what he's pulled off. Look what he managed to do. Whether Orton sacrifices himself for it, or if Wyatt just capitalizes on Orton and Reigns in the ropes, because it was those three. You're telling me that Roman Reigns was to overcome the odds, and fucking AJ never got a shot in there. That pisses me off. But it doesn't work by having Orton again. I mean, it does. Now Orton is this as well, the 2-time Rumble winner, blah, blah, only 5 people have done it. Yeah, but there's been 30 Rumbles, and Bray Wyatt could have been the winner of one right here, right now, to lead to the story they want to do, and it would have made sense. And it, like you said, they could do it again later. Yeah, but it wouldn't quite work as well. And he probably will win one later, but
so
Orton didn't need to.
Where do you fall along this lead? Are you I don't know if you're happy Randy Orton won, but what are your thoughts on Orton coming out on top?
Well, I do respect that they tried to go for the out of left field kind of choice, and like you guys said, at least he is kind of a legit
shallow left.
Yeah, no, but he is kind of a legit guy. But if I had been on the show last week to give my pick, I would have actually went for Bray Wyatt. That would have been my pick.
Really?
I figured they were going to go in that direction where Bray was going to win, and like Scott said, Elimination Chamber Randy Orton wins. And then that causes the tension between the two leading up to WrestleMania, where that storyline plays out. That seemed like the logical way to go.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of wondering if, in the sort of backwards kind of twisted thinking of the WWE sometimes, maybe they had it in their minds that they needed to really rehab Orton after that beating that Lesnar gave him. I'm kind of thinking that they wanted to legitimize him again, and they kind of blew their load really early on it.
Did they really get now that I'm thinking back, I don't know. Did him and Lesnar kind of get into it at the Rumble? I can't remember.
I don't recall them doing it.
Did
Lesnar
they
was
face
pretty
off
much.
Or anything?
Lesnar cleared out the ring.
Everyone took a nap.
Yeah, and then Goldberg came in and knocked him the fuck out real quick.
Yeah.
So
that was easily the worst Rumble for guys not doing anything, because there's times when there's a moment, but they're still fighting in the ropes. Everyone took a nap. Jericho went to sleep on the outside. He's normally active.
Yeah,
he did tweak his ankle in the match, but he did have the easiest night you could hope for in the Royal Rumble. Though he spent 40 minutes outside the ring. He was up in the shark cage for the other match.
He got Big Show punched for a bit, so he's out on the floor. I get that one.
Yeah, he got a couple finishers done to him. Somebody else hit something on him. It may have been Brock. I don't remember. Somebody else hit their finish on him as well, and he just rolled right back out of the ring.
But to go to your other point there, Bray winning the Rumble is like winning a Money in the Bank. You can get the shot at it. Yeah. But Orton winning the title, well, that's what he does. That would have made sense for him to take the title at the Chamber, and Orton or Wyatt to have the shot. And it's like, oh, now what? Oh no, that would have made that just falls into their character.
Unless they
Orton winning the shot is weird.
I mean, say that it would be Orton versus Wyatt at WrestleMania. Say Wyatt does win at the Elimination Chamber. Now, maybe they just don't plan on Orton taking the title. Maybe they just didn't want him getting the title, and they wanted Wyatt to win an Elimination Chamber and then Wyatt to defend at WrestleMania. Because if you think about it, this is why I'm not completely sold on this, because John Cena won his 16th championship, record-tying 16th championship, and so all these rumors are basically saying that he's going to be a transitional. He's going to win it at the Rumble and then lose it on the very next 2 weeks later. And I can't picture them saying, okay, this is his big 16th championship. He's just going to drop it now. That's why I don't. To me, I'm
16's not the big one. I mean,
17
is. 17 is the
but
big
that's
one.
why the 16th will be that much more tragic. He just had it for a little bit.
Yeah, they didn't hype it up or anything. You think they would have? All they did was an interview with Ric Flair, like an off thing for like the network or whatever. Yeah. How do you feel about John Cena tying you? Yeah. And that was it.
Now, all the talk about Orton and Wyatt at Mania, I don't think Orton's going to take the title. I think if they do have that match, Wyatt keeps it. I do like that.
And
I
also
think that, but who fucking knows?
Yeah. Because I don't think they even know, honestly. I don't think they have it planned that far ahead.
Because
I think they have plans, but they're not tying into anything they've been doing.
Now, if Wyatt does face Orton at WrestleMania and say Orton won, that means we had 3 title changes on each pay-per-view. That means Cena won at Rumble, Wyatt won at Elimination Chamber, and then Orton would have won again at WrestleMania. So
Yeah, and
that would have been 3 different champions.
We've had
That's
time
happened.
periods like that.
Oh, we
Yeah.
have.
Dude,
we
Orton
definitely
and
have.
Cena. They were trading it when they had like bragging
Oh,
rights.
I really hope they
CM
don't
Punk,
do
Cena,
that.
and Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah,
I agree. We have.
There's another thing to mention here is that with Cena winning this and transitioning or whatever, it seems odd that they're not really focusing on AJ getting the title shot or at least going into the Rumble again. Roman did, but AJ didn't, and that's super weird too. Like, he's carried SmackDown as champion for half a year and is rumored for non-title match. It just seems odd. I don't like it. And plus, Cena and Orton is what they're promoting currently as the main event, which they literally had on SmackDown.
All over social media,
weird.
all over social media, all
for the
over their
first time
website.
on SmackDown Live. It's like, well, no, it's just because it's live now. You don't do that.
Well,
but literally, he won the title shot. The main event is in 55 days. It's going to be on SmackDown next week.
I don't
Then
necessarily.
why am I going to buy a 5-hour show for $80?
Well, it didn't like really end. Like, so I mean, it's not like that would completely ruin it. But I mean, either
Don't you
way,
remember the days when they didn't even touch each other leading up, and that was the whole thing. You wanted to see them get at it, and they might fight this time the show before, and it's the main event.
Yep.
And here we go with 2 months to go. Here's your match.
And that's why
because it's not going to happen.
That's why we're in a different time era. We're in a different era now. Yeah.
Different time era.
Yeah, different time era, folks. But
not the new era. Different time era.
So, about the actual match, I had a couple of questions I wanted to throw out, see how you guys felt about certain things. One of them was obviously the big one that everybody says ruined the Rumble. Roman Reigns coming in at number 30. I want to get your guys' thoughts on that. Rab, first of all, what were your thoughts on Roman Reigns coming out last, number 30 in the Rumble?
What's funny is my wife had been guessing Roman Reigns for everyone after like 23. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. 24, 25, 26. Finally, 30 comes up, and she guessed someone else entirely.
Well, sounds like we need to get her.
Right before it hit one, she goes, it's going to be Roman Reigns. And I remember for a split second, I thought, nah. And then I hear, bottom. I'm like, they did it for real.
And what was your feeling?
Imagine you were watching your car, like you parked your car and were watching it roll down a hill.
Okay, gotcha.
At first you'd go, oh shit, my car, but eventually the car's just down the hill, and you go, well, fuck. I mean, okay, let's see what happened. Yep, it crashed into that tree. I guess it crashed into that tree. Okay, there's a point right in the middle where you let go because clearly you're not stopping the car. You can't catch up with it.
Yep.
This is how I felt. For a split second, I was like, oh, these and then I was like, these motherfuckers.
That's beautiful.
Of course they did.
Yep. All right, Lee,
and,
what do you got?
Some people are saying, this is the way they took the heat off Orton. Because Orton wins, people go, anyone but Roman.
Yeah, that's true to me.
I've heard that.
But, Dave Metric came out and go, no, they weren't thinking about that at all.
Well, I'm sure that was on the back of somebody's mind.
It's just so weird. It could have been anybody.
The way it was done, though,
it would make perfect sense that it wasn't Roman Reigns because he just fought. I mean, it wasn't AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he just fought for a title shot early on in the pay-per-view. It's just more backwards.
Why not have 30 be Goldberg? Why not have 30 be Taker? Why not have 30 be Lesnar?
They just keep trying to push them down our throats as a face, and it's still not working. I mean, they had a match where you got hit by brass knucks and it didn't knock him out and lose him the match, for fuck's sakes. It's like ridiculous. I'm sick and tired of it. They need to come around and have a talk to Jesus moment like Stone Cold would say on his podcast or whatever. Come to Jesus moment and fucking realize he's got to be a heel for a year before you're ever going to build him back as a babyface that people are going to respond to.
And that could have also almost been a heel turn moment where they're booing him. He comes out, dumps Taker. People are shitting on him. Go heel. Let's stay.
That would have been the perfect launch for his heel turn, wouldn't it? Because he's frustrated from losing earlier, so he just walks in there and starts fucking people up. Fuck this shit, fuck fans.
If he's supposed to be the face of the company going forward, and the torch is being passed from Undertaker to Roman Reigns, They're going to boo when Undertaker loses his match at WrestleMania and never comes back because Roman Reigns is the one that got rid of him. It's not going to be Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels. It's going to be, you got rid of The Undertaker. You motherfucker. We hate you for life.
I got to say, though...
It's not good.
I got to say, though, Undertaker looked bad in that match, man.
Man, what was I saying? What was I saying on the podcast? I don't want to see him. Supposedly, he's got a bad... his hip, hip is awful, and he's got no legs,
and he got banged up in the match.
And not all of you guys, because some of you guys weren't on there. But I was getting a lot of crap for like, no, Taker, no. God, no, I can't remember the last time he looked so bad.
No, he shouldn't. He was way out of shape too. Like he had a gun on him.
Awful.
Like
I can't imagine him going for a match.
He should have been wearing his shirt he wore in like the 2000s or whatever, like the the Undertaker shirt or whatever. Just to hide that gut.
He did look a little. Also, he looked a little busty.
Right.
A little busty, huh?
Little busty.
He took his top down and showed them. So
the best part was he was only in the match for 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and you say he tweaked, he got messed up or something, and he was only in the match for 5 minutes. So he's in. Yeah. So
he
hopefully
had a bad hip.
And yet he undisputably had one of the cooler moments when he was staring down Goldberg and went to choke him.
Oh yeah. Yep. Definitely.
He's still that's what he does. He's got the persona and the performance there.
I don't care.
And he can, but that's the kind of match he can have. Not a physical thing with Roman. Roman's going to break him in half. Yeah. If Lesnar concussed him, Roman's going to fuck him up, and not intentionally. It's just going to be a brutal thing and not good.
Now,
I don't want to see it.
What was if you had to name one thing, like the main thing that you did not like about the Royal Rumble 2017, what would it be? Would it be Roman Reigns? We can each go. Let's start with Scott. What would if you had to name one thing that was the biggest for you?
Roman, but more because I kind of mentioned it before, and what the guys were saying. Roman at 30 would have been a great heel moment, but I also think that it was incredibly unfair to AJ. It made no sense. Sure. AJ was champion and lost his belt and doesn't get a shot. Roman failed at yet another title shot and got in. I don't understand. They never addressed it. They never said anything. They never said that Raw has Stephanie screwed Shane over the people spot for him. There's ways.
You can come with a kayfabe reason for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
AJ already has his title shot.
This is a what?
AJ already has his title shot, rematch clause.
Yeah.
So he's trying to double up on
it. So he doesn't need a title shot at the Royal Rumble. He already has.
It's not your job to tell me the story. That's theirs.
No, but I mean, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? But I get it. And they even said, when Roman came out, Lawler said he has to get the shot, right? So fair enough. I get that. But still, if one ex-champion gets it, the other did. It seemed odd.
So, Rab, what would be your top thing?
I don't want to say Roman.
I mean, if it is, it is.
It's Roman. Roman was the worst part of the Rumble. I mean, I don't like Randy Orton winning either, but Roman ruined 2 matches.
I like how. Okay, time out for a second. Before I leave, we're going to get to you in just 1 second. But how, to me, mine's definitely my pick. I'll get to mine too. Mine is not Roman Reigns being in the Rumble. How can this motherfucker ruin the Royal Rumble by being in the Rumble? To me, he made it more exciting than what was going on at that point in time.
That's not what it sounded like. The crowd didn't agree. I mean, let the air out every time he comes out at a Royal Rumble. The air exits.
They got mad. It was because they were mad.
No, it's not that they get mad. They go, boo, and then they get really quiet.
I don't know if it was that. It wasn't that quiet. I don't think it was that. It was more boos than anything.
Boo, and then it gets quiet. Every time Roman Reigns comes out for something where people were excited for him, and it could be anything. Oh, we could get hyped. Roman Reigns. Well, fuck.
Yeah, they were all expecting.
He lets the air out of the place. He lets the air out of the place.
I don't know.
He's being used wrong,
and it's not his fault anymore either.
No, it's definitely not.
It's not being his fault forever ago. There was a little bit of time where it was kind of his fault, but it's not his fault at all anymore. It's just what they do with him.
He's being used wrong. He should be used like Goldberg is.
I've never seen someone in my life who needs an ACL tear worse.
Oh my God, dude! Wow.
He needs an ACL tear in the worst way.
Dude, Jesus Christ.
We need 8 months where we don't see Roman Reigns.
Oh my
and where
God.
He's hungry to get back.
Yes. We need 8 months where we don't see Roman Reigns, but they're never going to stop. So he needs to tear his ACL.
Okay, well, I didn't expect that when I asked the question, but okay.
Can I follow up on that?
I guess.
Because that's exactly what I'm thinking too. Because it's going to reinvigorate him and make him actually. You're going to see him care because he's just going through the motions. It feels like, even if he's not,
I'd be going through the motions too if I was him. Fuck,
Yeah.
he can't do anything. He comes out, they boo him. He does a good thing, they boo him. He does a bad thing, they boo him. He does a good match, they boo him anyways.
But dude, we're tired of him overcoming the odds. He should be going out there murderizing people like Goldberg does.
But
it is.
It doesn't matter.
And
He
yet
came
he
out and
comes out.
ruined and trashed everyone. They boo him some more. He needs
goes
to
out
tear his ACL.
To overcome the odds and maybe win the Rumble against the Wyatts. No, he's the destroyer. He should actually have a fair shot of taking out those two guys. That's what his character kind of should be. Instead, he's playing like a face in peril, but he's a monster.
So
it just doesn't work.
Here's my one question before we get to Lee real quick. You say he always overcomes the odds. When's the last time he's overcame the odds?
No, that's the story they play for him.
But he
what they're
hasn't
doing now,
done it though lately.
No, but then that they're turning him into Batista and Edge back in the day, where it's like he just can't get it done. So now we're not only not seeing him able to do this, and he shouldn't be trying to overcome the odds. Now we just can't even get it done. Fuck this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, so not only did they don't
They're
like him,
damaging
he's a
him
loser,
by
too.
doing that.
He
They're
didn't
not
say
only
that he always overcomes the odds. He said he always comes out to overcome the odds.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Jericho and Owens. Oh, he's got to overcome the odds. He should destroy those guys. His character should obliterate both of them. He should be able to handle it.
Sure.
He can't.
I mean, he does, and then he just loses at the end. It's really weird.
He either should be able to handle it but can't, or should always have them outsmart him. It's more just, I hit him with a thing. Okay, no, what is he, Ambrose with a TV set? Sorry, that's a dig. I'm sorry. That's
bringing up
too
sore
sorry.
subjects now.
But that guy should be able to have that kind of stuff happen to him. And yet Ambrose does a better job of overcoming the odds and being the lone guy to take him out than frickin' Roman Reigns, who's a superhuman monster. That's what he should be doing. And Goldberg is doing right now what Reigns should be.
True. All right.
That's
So
how I feel about that.
So we're now going to Lee. I mean, who knows? You may pick Roman Reigns as well, but what is the worst thing to you about the 2017 Royal Rumble? What moment? Or thing?
The biggest thing for me is not Roman Reigns actually, like because I just kind of expected it. It's same old, so I can't be disappointed anymore. I'm kind of numb to it at this point.
Thank you.
It's much more the lack of real surprises and maybe some sort of legend that they could have dug out of some dusty old corner somewhere and threw into it just for fun. That's what I always enjoyed about the Rumble more than anything else, was to see the surprise entrance and all that stuff, like that young strapping lad Carlos Colon who came in that one time there. Gorilla Monsoon said that young man who was like in his 40s or 50s by the time he came into the Rumble. But yeah, it was just a lack of that, and it's kind of sad. It just kind of strikes home that there really aren't that many of them anymore who can still go in the ring, and that's why you're not seeing them anymore. And now you're seeing, not really. Now you're
because those guys usually in the past would have been replaced by the Ordens and the Big Shows and these guys who are just somehow still around.
I mean, I think the best you could like hope for at this point is to maybe get like the Honky Tonk Man in or something like that, and that would have been fun. But now it's just like, oh, who's the legend they're going to bring in as a surprise? Let's bring in the fucking
Show
Road
and
Dog.
Mark Henry.
Yeah, let's bring in the Show or Mark Henry or the Road Dog or some bullshit like that, and like fuck.
Hey, when Road Dog came in, that was awesome.
That was great. I love it.
I don't know why you brought that up.
But it was the year after Booker T and Kevin Nash, and it was like, oh, Road Dog?
Yeah,
it was that much lower for me. It was good, but I'm like,
they probably should have started with Road Dogg probably and built up.
Road Dogg was one of the most over people.
Road Dogg was literally one of my favorites back in the Attitude Era. Him and Billy Gunn were by far one of my favorites going.
I never liked him. He was the worst Anderson brother.
Oh jeez.
Armstrong brother.
Scott's the worst.
No, Scott's a way better wrestler than.
No, Scott's the worst.
Oh, sorry.
So here's
stop saying
Scott has all the charisma of Scott.
Stop saying that. It's not good.
So here's my worst thing that I felt about the Rumble. I'm really big on Enzo Amore. Okay.
Oh God.
And why?
Oh, of course you don't like.
No, I agree with it. I already agree with you.
Why? Well, I don't know why Rab's getting mad all of a sudden, but why in the fuck would they, like, he wasn't even announced to be in the Rumble. Enzo was not announced to be in the Rumble because after Brock, everybody was chanting Goldberg, expecting Goldberg. So I like that it wasn't Goldberg, but they brought in Enzo, and I was like, I was like, this is going to be fucking great. He's all fired up. He's going to come in there. Like, how awesome would it be if he actually got something off? Not anything like huge or big or anything like that. But of course, they just made him out to be another fucking joke character, just like he lasted. I'm looking at the stat sheet here. He lasted 18 seconds. He just got flung straight out by Brock Lesnar. He was in there just as long as fucking Ellsworth was when he got thrown out by Strowman, which was amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
But, dude, Enzo is not a fucking... Yes, he's funny and stuff. He says funny things. He's not a fucking joke character, man. That to me, was one of the biggest letdowns. Like, he deserves much more than a joke character spot in the Rumble.
It should have been...
But that's all they've booked him as ever since he came up to the main roster as a fucking joke, though. He's fucking Santino Marella.
Dude, but he's like a million times better than Santino, though.
That's I totally agree. I mean, he's legit good in the ring, and they could actually build him as the plucky, tough as fucking nails babyface who fights his way to victories and stuff, and people get behind him because he's got a big loud mouth on him. But I think they only see him as a fucking mouthpiece and nothing else.
He is Road Dogg 2017, and I mean that in a good way. Like he will talk anybody to watch him.
Oh, maybe that's why I like him.
Probably. But the thing is, he got wasted in that spot. It could have been anybody else for that. It should not have been him. What I don't like with that is how quickly it happened and how waste of a spot it was. Not even if the fact it was Enzo, it was like, oh, okay, so we threw away a spot for that. That could have been anybody else.
Well, I know they were doing it to do the break between Brock and Goldberg because, I mean, how obvious, like, that's... I feel like that would have been a little too obvious. Like, oh, here comes Brock. Oh, and then guess what? Goldberg's right next. But, I mean, he technically might as well have been.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it was...
Sometimes it's all right to go with the obvious.
Well, and I feel like either way, you can't mess up a Brock and Goldberg entrance into the Rumble. Either way, it's going to be big. Everybody's going to jump up. Everybody's going to cheer. But, man, I just really let down that I really like Enzo a lot, and he's got so much more potential than all the fucking... Of all the joke characters, all the comedy guys, he should not be one of them.
He's on the wrong show.
We're literally...
He's just on the wrong show.
We need Triple H to be in charge of everything instead of Vince.
One day.
Because Vince is like, oh, he's a funny guy. He does funny things. No, stop it.
He's so small.
Yeah, he's not big like Braun. He's
not big like Big Cass. Big Cass got big right in his name.
Big Cass is getting everything out of it.
And I'm sorry though, when him and Jericho started the match, that it kind of sucked. Like Cass, just didn't look very good. I don't know. Maybe that was just me, but
it seemed off. Yeah,
he just seemed like super not good. But I don't know. And I'm a fan of Cass too, mainly because he's with Enzo. But
and I should also mention Baron Corbin. Fucking eliminating Braun. What the fuck wet fart was that?
No, I love that. Was great. I love that. I really liked that elimination. He fucking nailed that motherfucker.
Now here's the problem. Braun beat up 8 guys, and then Baron took him out, and then was just a normal guy for the rest of the time.
Yeah, he had one elimination, and it was Braun.
Bad. That was shit. Because he should have kept going like a monster, but no, he just lucked out against the guy after 2 others hit him.
Yeah,
they didn't.
Sammy's the one who took him out. He just wasn't big enough to get him out.
Yeah,
that was rough. The Enzo spot could have went to Seth because Seth could have beat him up trying to get in. I've never seen someone banned from the arena just abide by it and not show up.
Yeah, that was
like, oh, okay.
Yeah, speaking of Sammy,
I really thought that was going to happen. I really thought for sure that was going to happen.
Yeah,
because that would have popped the crowd.
He could have been 30.
Sure, I can see that argument, but I mean, they banned him, so that would have been also just weird that he would have came out at 30. But
you even could have had Triple H or Stephanie saying, "Yeah, Seth's been trying to get in the building. We're keeping him out. I'm not putting a camera on him. We know how it works. We've done this before. We've been the one coming to the building. Like this something little like, oh, that's why Seth is trying to get in, but fuck him. We're not going to put him on camera because we've done this. We know how it is. Now we run it."
Oh, and
a little bit like that would have been like, oh, okay, you remember what you've done.
And speaking of kind of not saying they're wasted, but just being a regular guy, Sami Zayn lasted 47 minutes, which is a very long time. 0 eliminations. 47 minutes, didn't eliminate anyone.
He kicked Braun in the face.
Yeah, that's good. He was later eliminated by The Undertaker, just thrown out. Yep, but All right, so
Bray Wyatt also had 0 eliminations.
Randy Orton had 1 elimination. It was
Rusev had 0 eliminations.
The one that mattered.
Yeah. Orton only had 1, and it was. I mean, you don't have to have a lot to win, but
I didn't even look at Rusev was in there 22 minutes, 0 eliminations. The Miz was in there 32 minutes, 0 eliminations.
yeah, that was.
Ambrose,
Meanwhile, Jericho had like 5.
0 eliminations.
Although Orton's story was to be a protector for Bray and be a spoiler at the end of the match.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I actually did like the thing between the Wyatts there, like with Luke Harper and stuff that they did. That was pretty cool. He was about to do. Yeah, I liked all that.
I like Luke
Mr.
Harper.
Abigail and everything.
That's good.
Yeah.
How about, I know something else disappointing that we never mentioned. Kofi Kingston's spot was kind of a letdown.
Oh,
that
with
looked,
the post.
I'm sure it was safe, but man, did that look painful.
It
looked
looked
rough, and I'm like, oh, that's it. Oh.
It looked like it hurt, and it didn't look cool.
It was
That's
probably
the
the
worst.
worst one he's done because fuck. But
Yeah, it's probably the one that hurt him the most.
yeah, but it didn't look that great at all. I'm like, they're really running out of ideas.
Oh,
But
and
to
how
be
about
fair-
Ellsworth's elimination? He took that bump on his head.
That was the
God.
best elimination of the Rumble. Well,
His foot got caught going over.
Yeah.
I don't know how intended that was, but he's a CCW guy, so fuck it. There he goes.
he's not a CZ. He was in CZW for 1 match, by the way.
That makes it. No, that makes it 2.
Okay, hey now.
That was
he
the
get-
worst
did he-
since like Taka.
Did he win the? Did he win like the laundry room title or whatever they have?
He
at
appeared in
CZW?
CZW at Tournament of Death. He fought a woman and lost.
Of course.
He got a light tube smashed over his head and he lost. And yeah.
And now, like the rest of them, he works at Blockbuster.
And has beaten AJ Styles 2 times.
And now he's just another name that went through CZ. He only wrestled 1 time. I don't consider him a CZW guy. Anyway, and now just another name on the long list of guys that have moved on to the WWE. So it's a success story.
To put into perspective, it's 2017 and Randy Orton won the Rumble. He won the Rumble 8 years ago in 2009.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Put
man.
in perspective, 8 years prior, that was 2001.
I guess
It was so much more different from 2001 to 09 than it is from 09 to 17. There's a lot of similarities in these last 10 or 8 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how things haven't changed as much. But I guess longevity in career is great.
That's kind of like I was saying. Usually 2017, who would be those guys who show up? It'd be someone like the Big Show, except he's still around. It'd be someone like Mark Henry, except he's still around. Guys don't go away.
Yep. Well, Cena's champ again.
Who's the big guy? Who's the big surprise? It'd be someone like the Undertaker, or like Brock, or like Goldberg. Except these guys are just still around.
You know what would have been? It could have worked out well. Is just keep Undertaker out until his Rumble appearance. Like, don't even mention it. Suddenly, dong! Oh fuck, Taker's in it.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. But of course, that doesn't sell pay-per-views.
No,
That doesn't sell the network.
They had to have somebody on the very front and center of the poster that they had. That was
That person could be Goldberg.
He was beside him.
Yeah. Goldberg and Lesnar is the promotional. That was
that is the selling point. So I mean, Undertaker should have been the legit
non-factor. He
would have. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and I who am done with Taker. If Taker had shown up and I didn't know he was showing up, it would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with them in the ring.
No, I mean, and Taker did eliminate.
Also, to be fair, his entrance, I really like he showed up in the ring randomly.
Yeah.
Well, goddamn! Everyone took 8 years to get to the fucking ring.
It was a long ramp.
Of all people, the one guy who was quick.
That's right.
It was the Undertaker.
That was the biggest shock of the Rumble, I think.
Yeah, it's
was how
surprised the
quick he
crap
got
out
to
of
the
me.
ring. Yeah.
In retrospect, it's not like he hasn't done that a million times.
True.
Yeah.
But never for a Rumble.
But it did really surprise me.
Yeah. I liked it.
I jumped slightly. I have to admit.
So put yourself back in that perspective. If Goldberg's there waiting for something to come out, Lesnar's not there yet, but he knocked him out. But whatever, we can reorder it. Goldberg is waiting for someone to come out. The number hits. The gong goes off. You start losing your shit. The lights go out. The lights are back on, and Taker's behind Goldberg. I'm marking the fuck out at that point.
Yeah,
I
agree
did anyway.
100%.
But I'm oh my fucking god!
See, there's positives.
And then the counter starts going. And
No,
then
except
Lesnar
that
comes
didn't
out.
happen.
No, I'm
mean
saying
there
when
are
he
positives?
choked him out.
Yeah, no, I just gave you so much.
Oh,
more.
I didn't care about that at all.
I gave you 5 more bits of that same exact thing that could have made that better.
I guess.
Yes, I'll take the good, but we're also not getting Goldberg Undertaker.
That you know of, who knows?
I will be
probably
happy if
not.
they don't, but they've already said it's Lesnar Goldberg.
That's true. I don't know. What I'm talking
Fucking
about.
make it
Yeah.
a triple threat. I don't give a shit. Put Taker in there too.
No.
Don't.
I
I would rather that
I wish
than
they
it
did.
again.
I wish they did the triple threat.
That would actually help.
That'd be one match I could ignore, but now I'm gonna have to ignore two matches.
That would actually help Taker.
Put the Universal title on Goldberg and make it a title match.
That's not a bad idea because
a triple threat would help Taker and it would help Goldberg as well because Brock could go in and do all the legwork.
Yeah, Brock could be the guy to carry the match. He could be the worker and have Taker and Goldberg swapping it out.
Yeah.
You say that jokingly, however, you are accurate.
Oh yeah, no, that actually to me, I like to see that. But I never gave my opinion on Orton winning. I actually didn't hate it. I thought the way they pulled it off with the ending, the final three, with Bray Wyatt. In the end, I probably would have, if Wyatt is going to be the guy that Orton does face, I would have liked Wyatt to win. But I have no problem with Orton winning. I'm not a huge Orton fan. I've really never been. He's been good, been solid. Never hated him. Never been great about him. But the way they pulled off the ending, everybody, the way they had it going, they built it up that Roman came in, eliminates 3 people, final 2, holy fuck, Reigns is going to win, and then Orton just eliminates him. I think the way they pulled it off, to me, like, it made me happy. I like the way they ended the Rumble. Maybe Bray Wyatt could have won, but I like the way it actually ended. Like, a lot of people were mad the past couple of years on how the Royal Rumble actually ends, but because if you think about it, it was the same exact scenario as when Reigns did win. He was in the ring last with it was Kane and Big Show, right? That the two guys are like, oh, they're both going to team up against Reigns, and then Reigns eliminates both of them. So it was the same kind of thing. Now that's instead of Show and Kane, it's Wyatt and Orton. And so it's like both same thing. Yeah. But he didn't overcome.
They're both more legitimate than Kane or Big Show winning a Rumble.
Definitely are.
So that's good.
Yeah, but I just like the way it ended.
People got apathetic when Wyatt went out.
Yeah, and
because no one thought Orton would win, and they didn't want Roman to win. Well, fuck, we don't care anything now.
Yeah, I think the way they did that when Wyatt got eliminated, it instantly made everybody think, "Oh my God, Reigns is going to win," because nobody thought Orton was going to win.
Reigns is going to win.
And then boom, Orton wins, and it's like, wow, okay, that's cool. I mean, to me anyway, that's how I took it. And you know what? You're going to be mad at this. I wouldn't have been mad if Reigns ended up winning the Rumble. I know that sounds horrible. I probably just pissed everyone off listening, but I wouldn't have been pissed if Reigns won because the way it was all done, I enjoyed how everything took place at the end of the Rumble.
It depends on who he'd end up fighting at WrestleMania for the title and how they would book it. If they would actually finally pull the trigger on the fucking heel turn, it would be justified then. But otherwise, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
in the moment. It was good for me.
In the moment, you were like, "Oh, wow."
Yeah.
Is that really the reaction you want from one of your most anticipated shows? Shouldn't it be "Holy shit" or "Oh, fuck him"? You'd rather something more than "Huh."
I don't know. I was satisfied. So
yeah, but I
mean, that's fair. It just I think the worst part too is it's an hour leading up to
I can see your point.
I think overall it was still a pretty strong Rumble match, all things said and done. But it was just the ending was kind of a letdown for a lot of people. But
which sours the whole thing for some.
And that's funny.
That's the worst part of it. Like it could be great, and then all of a sudden, oh fuck, this part sucks. Boo.
And
that happened with Roman and Batista. Everyone thought Bryan was coming out until he wasn't. Now we hate this match. The whole thing sucked.
I know.
No, it was cool up until now.
That's what people. The match can be. It's an hour-long match. Good things happen, but when one bad thing happens, everybody instantly says, "You know what? The match fucking was horrible." It's like that's
perfect proof that that's true. If everyone says, "Oh shit,
no, dude,
damn, the ending sucked and the match is horrible," that means that the ending sucked and the match is horrible.
Yeah, no, that's storytelling. If you have a bad ending, the whole thing suddenly suffers because nothing you were doing that you were anticipating paid off, so it all fails.
That's weird.
Even though there's good performance, this part is shit. So therefore, it kind of all suffers.
I respect your opinion.
You like good parts of bad movies.
Sure, I love fucking bad movies.
That's my point, though. Like you can pick out the good. So there's awesome bits in that Rumble, but the overall everything of the Rumble kind of failed for me. So it does sour the whole thing because I'm like, oh, you kind of did a whole hour for that. Why?
I can see that.
Why that?
Sure.
Also, for the record, I once got crap on this podcast, on the first version of this podcast, for saying I really liked Royal Rumble 2000, and I got crap because that led to WrestleMania 2000.
Really?
No,
Yes, I got crap from you, and I
did,
got crap
but
from Robbie, which was ridiculous.
That's kind of shit.
I
No,
was a
you can,
different
like-
person back then, Rab. Back then, Peanut was hosting. I felt much like it was weird. I feel so different now that I'm like technically like if you want to call it hosting. Because back then, man, I felt so much better on the podcast. Like I was cutting promos. I was fucking I don't know. I was like different back then. So I was probably just giving you a hard time.
Hot times, baby, hot times.
There you go. Yeah. So
See, I get
if I did do that, I
like,
apologize.
the match itself didn't fail, so it's good. But the overall Mania build from Rumble to WrestleMania did fail, so I get that too. But no, the match itself, in and of itself, if you liked it, there you go. That's fine.
So, well, I don't want to. We can't really spend the whole show here. We're supposed to be going to an hour, so we can't spend the whole show on the Rumble recap here. So we are going to talk about some current stuff. But before we do, I'm going to announce the winner of the Jobber Radio Royal Rumble 2017 predictions that we did. Lee missed the last episode, so he wasn't a part of it. It was me, Matt Zion, Rab, Scott, Peanut. And this is proof that we need to add more things into the predictions because there was another tie here. We have another tie.
Ooh.
How?
I know. Don't ask me.
How is there a tie when I'm like, oh, this unknown entrant that I hope wins will win, therefore this guy will also win, and this will be a thing.
Yep.
How do we still get a tie?
Well, for one thing, I picked the same unknown entrant.
That's true.
Yeah, you did. You guys both were the ones that picked Baylor, but everybody picked the wrong because me, Zion, and Peanut all picked Taker, so everybody got that wrong. But anyway,
I thought Zion picked Joe.
No, he picked Taker.
No, he went with Taker. He said Joe. He liked Joe, but he went with Taker.
Yeah, he wanted him to be.
Oh yeah, I remember people picking Taker and being that makes no sense because Taker can't wrestle.
Yeah, to me it seemed an obvious no, but I would not have been surprised.
The best part was you say that, yet you picked Balor, who fucking wasn't even in the match because he couldn't wrestle. But anyway,
but it seemed much more likely.
Exactly.
Anyway,
that's how likely it was.
Without further ado, the winners of the Royal Rumble prediction contest is Scott and Rab and
What?
Matt Zion and Bomber. All four of us tied. Peanut was the only loser out of the five. Don't ask me.
I mean, that's nothing new.
I know. Peanut's the only person that lost. All four of us got 4 points, 4 matches right, and Peanut only got 3 matches right. So, and the funny thing is, they were like different matches. That's the weird thing that somehow ended up. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
I remember, like, I picked Mickey's team. Nope, they lost. The club, damn right.
Yeah. Everybody picked the club
that's
except
I told
Zion.
you so on that one.
I mean, I picked the club.
Yeah.
Nia Jax destroyed Sasha.
And by the way, I want to say I called that. Yeah,
Yep.
You
I'm
guys
glad. I was
both picked
happy for
Sasha.
that.
I
didn't
called
think
that. I even said that she was going to come in there and make it like she was going to dominate her and fucking. I called that match like perfectly when we talked about that. But
No, I'm happy for that. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I was very happy it did.
so this to me proves like the last time. Let's see. I still have my notes here at.
Well, to be fair, there's not as many. I mean, when we do WrestleMania, there's going to be like 1 million matches.
Yeah.
At Survivor Series, we had another 4-way tie: Rab, Bomber, Matt Zion, and Lee. That time Scott was the only loser on that one.
But that again had a lot of matches, or not a lot of matches. It was
they
like
had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
big.
It had 6.
whatever.
It only had 6. Yeah.
That's not enough.
I'm thinking of throwing it like anytime we do the big prediction things. I'm gonna throw in like extra things that like that'll help. Just
Nah,
I don't like winners. I don't like tires. I don't like ties. I don't like ties. So.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, all my predictions, other than the Rumble match that I didn't give on the last episode, were all true. They all came true. So I should technically win.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So So there you go. We had 4 winners.
I've done very well on these predictions.
I actually, you know what,
and I
Rab,
should have been in.
You've
the
won
Survivor
every
Series one too.
Rab has won every prediction contest that we've done. I don't have the full stats in front of me, but I do know that Rab has not lost a prediction contest yet.
I've won every single one.
You sure?
So the champion
I've tied with
retains.
some people, but I've won them all.
The champion retains in a draw. So there you go. You're still reigning champion.
You hold your title. But yeah, so hey, and we're not far away from WrestleMania, so we'll be back for the next one pretty soon. All right,
dude, we got Fastlane and Elimination Chamber in the meantime.
That is true. All right, guys. So let's talk about something that there was a poll on WWE right now. It kind of relates to the Royal Rumble as we go forward. How many world title reigns do you think John Cena will end his WWE career with? Now the numbers up here, the options: 16. He's going to tie with Ric Flair in his career. 17. Between 18 and 20, or more than 20. So
I mean, I'm saying it's 19.
So you're gonna go. You think that he's gonna?
I'm saying he wins 3 more.
3 more. So you think between 18 and 20? That's your pick. You think 19? That's a lot more, man. That's a lot more.
So you think he's gonna win 1 more and that's it?
Ever?
No, he's not gonna win 1 more and that's it. I don't believe that.
You know what? The way he's putting out fucking amazing matches, man. I don't know how he can be, because everybody's saying he's at the tail end of his career. He doesn't have much long left. Dude, he's putting out fucking great matches. So,
yeah, and because they're letting him rest, unlike everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
They're letting him rest, and it shows.
It also helps that he's putting on matches with guys like AJ Styles,
correct,
who can just that match was fucking awesome. Like the ending to that match was fucking
their match
sweet.
Again. Easily their match at Rumble match.
Phenomenal, I get it.
God damn it, I did that, didn't I? Shut up.
It's fine though,
man.
It absolutely was.
Shut up.
Yeah, that ending was so strong. It's like the extra AA just to put a fucking
that was
an
great.
Exclamation on it.
I wanted AJ to win, but
yeah, I couldn't bitch about that.
I can't say it wasn't a great match and it wasn't a great ending.
Yeah, I thought
that
there was going to be
sunset
some
flip
kind of
pin there, the powerbomb pin or whatever he did, whatever the fuck it's called.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. That was fucking amazing.
So,
and he didn't do that fucking stunner from the fucking ropes. The
flying backwards one. Yeah,
that used to be his springboard. Yeah, that used to be his like big match move. Yeah. And the first time it was like, that's cool. Like, wow. Then he did it again. It's like he's not getting better at it. Then he did it again. He's like, he's really not getting better at it.
When he did the first time, it was like a neat thing he caught him with. But now that he's trying for it, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
stop it.
So glad he stopped it.
So Lee, where do you think he's going to fall in the title reigns by the end of his career? You think he's going to go like 17, 16, or more like over 20?
You know what? I'm gonna say 17. I don't think he's going to get much higher. I feel like he is on the real tail end of his career at this point. I'm thinking he's going to be out of it pretty soon, to the point where he's not winning titles anymore at the very least.
See, yeah. I can see that argument where he's going to not be like, he's going to turn into like more of a part-timer, which he's already kind of doing that. And that will limit his title reigns, but man, like I said, he's still pulling out some good shit. So that's the weird thing with me. Like if you pull out those good matches and you're John Cena, I feel like me and Rab talked about in the last episode. Hey, he's always due for a title shot, in my opinion. Anytime he wants.
See if they're smart. If he's really winding down, where he'll maybe retire in his early 40s, they would be smart to give him one really long, dominant title reign, and then make it pay off for whoever they put him against to take the title from him. That would be what they would want to do. But then again, of course, it's the WWE, and they don't necessarily do the logical thing.
And despite the rumors that are out there, who knows? We could be seeing that this time. We don't know yet. I know everybody says he might lose right here this weekend, but who knows? What about you, Scott? What do you think? Where do you think it's going to fall in this history here, in his career?
It's a weird thing because, like you said, history. I really look at that, and his first title reign was 12 years ago. You wouldn't think it looking at him that he's had 16 of these damn things. I don't see him not ever winning it again, but he didn't have the title since 2014 this time. He's never gone that long without any title, let alone the world title.
Right.
Yeah, but this is going to put an end to that.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if like, do I see one more? Like 17 kind of makes sense. Like he beats the record. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But does he keep going? He did that with the title itself, because like his 16 reigns, 3 of them are the world title. The other 5 or 12, whatever, are the WWE
13.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever
And
it is.
and if you want to look at Flair's real world title reigns,
Oh, he's more like 22.
yeah, he's up like 20s.
Yeah,
so
I count. He's had the NWA title 10 times alone,
Yeah.
and 6 WCWs. Well, they're 2 WWE plus other. Yeah, so Cena on just
19
legitimate.
was the number I came up with the other day.
Yeah, so Cena legit is at 16. We'll say Flair's 16 just for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see him never not winning it again, because his whole win to go against Brock a couple years ago wasn't even really the plan. Brian got hurt and they put the title on him. So he would be at 15 right now otherwise, but
Yeah.
he's kind of the go-to guy because he is John Cena. I
That's
see
why-
him
that's
beating
why-
the record. I kind of like the idea that he stays tied forever. That's kind of a
That'd be cool,
thing.
too.
I
That is cool.
Like 16 is the
kind of
number.
like that. Like no
Like
one
the number is 16.
like
Yeah.
16, no one beats that. Because that makes that even that much more
Mhm.
of a golden thing for 20 years later when someone else nears it.
Yep.
Because Flair's last title reigns were like 2000.
Yeah.
It's been 17 years now.
And then he held a bunch of small belts after that too.
Yeah, so we're talking 20 years before someone really even gets in that range. He's got the WWE title record, the world title record. I think it stays at 16. I literally don't see him not ever winning it again, so 17 is going to happen. But if they could plan things forever, I think he stays tied. That's the magic right there.
I really
he does
do,
not set the
yeah.
record.
That tie-in does sound pretty fucking great. But you know what? I think I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to agree with Lee on this one. I think it's gonna be one more. I think for the exact reasons that Lee said. Like, if he does drop it this time, I do think he will have one eventually. And it's gonna be a long reign to set up to give a long run with another guy to put him over in the end, and that'll end up being not his last match or anything, but that'll end up probably being his last actual run. That sounds to me the most. I don't know. I don't know if realistic's the right term to use in WWE, but the most logical, maybe. Yeah, I guess most logical. But
Yeah.
Or even sensical. Like it's
After that, you make
that
him
seems
the-
like his finale. Do you,
Uh-huh.
Edge retired with the belt. Do you see Cena being a possibility for that?
I don't think he'd want to do that.
I don't think so either. Because Edge didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
Edge probably wouldn't. Edge wouldn't have if he didn't have to. I'm sure.
No.
See, that would have been a good story for Undertaker if they had done this retirement like
True.
five years ago or more.
Yeah.
If he had won the belt and retired the next night on Raw or something like that, and cement his legend as the unbeatable guy in WrestleMania or whatever.
There's only a few that I think could get away with retiring with the belt. Only Edge ever has, unless we're going back to like some ancient type records, but I think Cena's one that could. And yet that's why he wouldn't.
Yeah, the only other time you see a guy go out without the belt getting taken off him is if the fucking promotion collapses around him.
Yeah.
And the belt's just discontinued, right?
So, what are your do you think Orton has a chance at it either? Like the record? I mean, he's at 12.
Oh God, I don't know why
No,
they
he
want
needs
to.
5 more. There's no way.
I mean,
Yeah,
what
I don't-
if he wins at WrestleMania? If he wins the title at WrestleMania, that'll be 13, and then he'll just
I
be
still
3
don't-
away.
I still don't.
They'd never do it with Orton and not do it with John Cena.
Yeah.
You say that.
I don't see future plans for Orton like that though, because I mean,
We didn't see him
as
win in
much
the
as-
Rumble either. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing
but-
that out
but
there.
it's
Just
It's not
saying.
the same.
hey,
It's
but
not
as
the
much
same
as much as they wanted Orton and Cena to be this big legacy rivalry that they could play off of years to come, it just never petered out that way. People got fucking tired of it because they did it too much, and I don't see Orton being that big player guy down the road like Cena is. So.
And
Yeah.
you're right, because I mean Orton or Rock and Austin was a huge thing, but they still had matches maybe once a month at the
Mhm.
pay-per-views,
Yeah.
and they interacted weekly on Raw and SmackDown. But Cena and Orton at one point were having their big matches twice a month,
yeah.
and it was like, we get it, come on. And you can't make it be a rivalry. It just has to kind of happen. I said this months ago, but Orton is never on anybody's list of he's the guy that has the awesome match. He has awesome matches with people, very similar to Triple H in my eyes.
B-plus player or whatever.
It's hard to even say that, but he's not ever the marquee of the combination. But he has had great matches, but it's more because of who he's with. I've never been like, yeah, Orton, he's the guy. He's good with the guy.
Yeah.
He's not the guy.
Right.
And that's it's a tough one. I was thinking Orton might pull it off.
So we all pretty much so as far as Cena though, we all pretty much think Rab thinks out of us thinks he'll end up with the most at 19. I say 17. Lee says 17. And what did you think he was going to end with, Scott? What was your number that
I
you were
think he'll
floating
stay
around with?
tied. I'll tell you right now.
Really?
He'll stay tied. Yes, but if he does break it, he's going to keep going.
I think
I don't think it'll stop at 17.
I think out of all the scenarios, the coolest one would be if he stayed tied. That just sounds the coolest. But I don't think
Flair with the 16 times was the thing for years and years and years, and no one was even close to it.
Yeah.
And then Cena literally took 3 years to get close.
And
now he's there.
And
well,
fuck
now
anyone out there who gets pissed if Cena passes Ric Flair. Fuck anybody out there who gets pissed because Cena's fucking earned it. So fuck off. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that got pissed that he tied him. I saw it on Twitter. Fuck anybody.
I'm fine with him with this. I'm fine if he breaks it. I'm fine with all that.
I tell you what, Ric Flair's fine with it because they're drinking every night, living it up. They're best friends.
Well, you said Flair was supposed to be at the Rumble. They flew him out there, but they cut the on-camera thing and just did a thing in the back.
Yeah.
For timing or something. I don't know what it was, but
yeah,
they had plans.
Old. Get him off my TV.
So I know we're running out of time, but obviously,
I just want to mention one last thing.
Oh,
real
sure.
quick,
yeah,
because I looked it up because I was very curious.
Sure.
Rock Austin had a total of 8 singles matches against each other.
Total
pay-per-view. Only 2 of them were on TV.
That spanned from late 97
to 2003.
So
of course, Rock
but there was a
Austin
2-year gap from 1 to 3, so there was a huge in between with nothing for 2 years of that.
So 2 of them were on TV, 3 of them were on pay-per-view, and the rest of them were house shows. Is that what you're saying?
No. There were 2 TV, and the other 6 were pay-per-views. One for the Intercontinental title, and then a bunch for the world title.
I'm just thinking of the WrestleMania match.
And then one for nothing, just for being Rock Austin.
The end of the trilogy, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Rock Austin 3. The fact that we even call it Rock Austin 3 tells you how little we've seen that match.
Yeah, those were the ones that mattered. And yet Orton Cena, did you see anybody see the thing that got put on Facebook and YouTube and that about
I've seen some
using
stuff.
the Too Many Cooks theme? How tonight on Raw it's Orton Cena, tonight on SmackDown it's Orton Cena.
It's Cena.
It's like
I have that one
minutes.
as well. They've had 22 single matches.
Yeah, the promo things for that is 8 minutes long of just tonight on Raw, Orton versus Cena for the final time ever, the superstar of the year.
Yeah, this last one was the 22nd one.
Wow.
People were tired of it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
when
9,
they had
10,
their
11 on
match.
TV.
When they had their title unification match back in 2014, people were like, "Oh, not again!" It's literally 3 years later.
Half their matches have been on TV.
So
they had 11 matches on TV, 11 matches.
Interesting.
You can't just make it a thing and have it be a thing. People aren't Triple H wants to be up there in the same name as Hogan and Austin. You're not. You're close, but you're not. And no matter how many times you say you are, you're not.
I mean,
same thing with this. This feud is not up there as one of the legendary ones. It's happened a lot, but that doesn't make it good.
They've had almost as many singles matches as The Rock and Austin have been in matches together, including The Rock and Austin have only had 24 matches where they work together, and that includes Royal Rumbles.
Yeah.
Which means they might not have even been in the ring at the same time.
That includes 3 Royal Rumbles.
Wow.
Which they might have not even been together in. They were just in that same match at some point.
Well,
it's a shame.
First of all, where are you looking that up, Rab? That's interesting. I'd like to look that kind of stuff up.
Cagematch.net has...
Oh, yeah.
And you can set it to where you see, or did you count those?
They have a rivalry mode.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Cage Match is awesome.
Yeah, I go to there a lot. I just didn't know that they had a thing where you could do that. That's pretty sweet. Cool. So We're not going to, obviously, we can't get into the Elimination Chamber that much because we're running out of time. But I think we should just address the main event, which obviously, I guess you guys are all on board that in the Elimination Chamber match, Bray Wyatt is going to defeat Cena. Is everybody on that?
Yes, but I want them to surprise me. But I will be happy when he wins the title. It will be a cool thing.
So, by surprise, what if Cena wins? Is that going to be a good surprise for you?
No, because that means it's Cena Orton.
Cena Orton 23? Oh, yes.
That's a hot ice pick to the nuts. Is that is.
No, I want Cena to lose.
Their 81st match together. Their 81st.
Now, again, Cena deserves the reign, yes. But him losing number 16 that quick? Fuck.
Yeah, I feel weird about that. That's why.
No, but that's good.
That's
good. No, that the reaction should be, oh, fuck. I had it, now it's gone. Sure. Now if I go to get it, I'm going to break the record. It's like,
16 only exists so that we can get to 17.
Yeah, don't take Rick's record. It's going to be that kind of thing, right? So that's a good thing. Him having a short reign for this one is perfect.
Now,
although
that's good storytelling.
That's the worst personality trait for Cena, though, is that they always book him and to basically shrug off losses. And he'll and I can see him doing this. Oh, I lost the title, whatever. Next night on Raw, I'm totally happy.
Well, don't forget, he came back for this match with AJ for the title shot saying, that belt's mine. He hadn't held it in 3 years. That's mine. What are you talking about? Well, it looks different now. It's been so long.
Yeah,
it's not even really the same belt.
What's wrong with you?
That's funny.
So, no, that attitude I don't want. I want him to be different on it. But I don't want... I want Wyatt to win, but I'd like a surprise. I don't know.
When you look at the 6 guys, I mean, you got Baron Corbin, extremely unlikely. The Miz, extremely unlikely. Dean Ambrose, just not going to happen. Bray Wyatt, the rumored favorite, obviously. AJ Styles, which it's funny that nobody's really mentioned AJ Styles to win the title back the very next pay-per-view, but
he's not gonna.
That would probably be great, though. Yeah, because that's going to be
wonderful.
I would fucking love that. And you know what? Orton and AJ? All right.
Yeah, I'd see that match.
That would be good. I mean, it hasn't really happened, so I mean
never. Actually, AJ said that. He's like, I want to work with Orton. That'd be cool.
But here's the thing that
would be cool.
Pisses me off, though. Why the fuck is Dean Ambrose in this match? I mean, I'm a big fan of Dean Ambrose. I love the Elimination Chamber.
He sucks.
Why the fuck Hey.
Because he's a top name of SmackDown.
But he's the Intercontinental Champion. Give him a goddamn Intercontinental title match.
But
keep him
out of the stepping stone to the world title.
But it just shows that he's not going to win. It's like, well, I mean, how often? It's very rare that you hold the Intercontinental and World title, like extremely. And
what you're saying right now is what we said about Orton winning the Rumble.
Yeah,
this is way more unlikely. This is way more unlikely. No, I'm not jinxing.
That's recorded.
No, listen, Bomber. Do you want to know a secret about the wrestling business?
Sure. What is that?
I'll just clue you in. You know those tight wife beaters that he wears, that Ambrose wears.
Yeah,
they're actually girls. They're actually girl size. They're actually female wife beaters. They put them on to make themselves look bigger.
Yeah, they're Renee's.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, they're Renee's.
Well, if I was dating Renee,
I would wear.
I was about to say I would probably
any day.
Yeah, I was about to say I'd probably wear that too then.
If I was with Renee, I'd be wearing her panties on my head.
Yeah, it's if in other places, but
all right, man, calm down.
but no, I mean, to me, it feels like such a waste of an entrant in the chamber because
it's been done before.
It probably has. But man,
who else?
Well,
is
here you
there,
go. Here's your record. When's the last time the WWE champion and Intercontinental champion was the same person? That'd be the Warrior. There's an Ambrose record for you.
Yeah, and if you're I think were you about to ask who else would I put in there? Put Luke Harper in there. That makes a million times more sense.
No, he's got to fight Orton. That's the match.
I know it's a match. I know, but him in the match makes it way more. It makes way more sense, and it makes the match way more important, and adds another element to somebody that could possibly win instead of somebody like Ambrose, who will not win.
In a world where they booked Luke Harper to be a threat all this time, maybe, but they haven't.
I would actually love that. That would have been great, because for Wyatt thinking, I got Luke with me, suddenly, oh shit, I got Luke with me.
Yeah, and then it would come down
that'd be good, yeah.
Well, no, I mean... And if Bray Wyatt was going to win, it would come down to Wyatt and Luke Harper. How funny would that be? Cena gets eliminated early. But I don't know. It's weird. I can't even pick a winner for this thing because
it's Rumble again, kind of, where I legit could see anybody in a weird way. Baron Corbin. How about that?
To me, it's down between Cena and Wyatt. Those are the two.
Yeah.
But it's literally like a coin flip. I can see either one winning. The other four, I think Styles has the best chance, but that's just not happening.
It at least it feels like it could happen.
Yeah.
I would actually, out of the 6, if I had to like pick who do I want to actually just win it, I would pick Styles. Like if I just had my pick.
Picture this. The match was so good with Cena and Styles at the Rumble.
Yeah.
They went with the idea of Orton winning to go against Wyatt, and they're like, you know what? No, put it on AJ. AJ and Cena again at Mania.
And
that could be a discussion that actually happened for all we know.
Think of the awesome match that Orton and Styles can do. I know Orton, we just talked about how
Also
he's
good.
the other guy, but like think of how many he could go for the forearm and pull it down to an RKO. Like he could there's so many opportunities they could do.
That's going to happen when they eventually have their match someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already know that. I want to see him RKO him out of the Styles Clash.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
There's a new challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're not going to break down the card because we're out of time. But is there anything else this pay-per-view that you guys want to mention before we get out of here about the Elimination
The
Chamber?
Ascension finally won a match.
Yeah.
So they're totally going to win at the...
No chance. No chance.
It's Alpha.
Oh god.
Probably not, but hey, they won a match, so
They
they're a
did
threat
win.
now.
Dean Ambrose has a better chance.
I liked Neville's win. And I like his heel character.
Yep. That's
that's for Fastlane. Him
that's
against
Fastlane.
Gallagher.
Yeah, that's other.
Which is what, like a week later, or when is it?
It's in March, I think, right?
No, it's February. It's before Mania.
What?
It's like the week after.
Well, I know it's for Mania, but
he should totally wreck Gallagher.
No, but it's next.
It's right. It's like right after. It's like in 2 weeks.
I'm looking it up. right now.
I thought it says 3-5. I thought it's March 5th.
No. Yes, you're right. It is.
I was about to say I thought it was March 5th.
February. All right, we do have time on that. I was gonna be like, we gotta cover that too. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, we'll be able to cover that on later episodes.
Goldberg's the champ, yo.
Yeah, but
He's gonna
God, I mean,
he's gonna be champ.
The idea that he's gonna be the champ, and he totally is gonna be.
But match of the night, guys. Obviously, Dolph Ziggler versus Kalisto and Apollo Crews handicap match 2-on-1.
Oh my god!
What fuck even is that?
Obviously, match of the night. So
no, it's Mickey and Becky. Mickey and Becky. Yeah, crazy redheads. I'm happy.
I love.
Yeah,
Mickey.
I like that.
I love.
Yep.
But
yeah.
But all right, so obviously not that much going on for the chamber. Not that much going on. We got I think the tag match.
There's 3 women's match on this card though.
There are. I think Natty and Nikki, even though I hate Nikki, but I think that's going to be pretty good.
Naomi's going to take the title.
I don't think she will. I
don't think
dude, I actually wrote this down on my notes to talk about on the show, and I like how I didn't even fucking bring it up. Dude, Naomi was fucking great at the Royal Rumble. Dude, she looked so fucking good.
Yep.
Like I always picture her as just the best entrance in WWE, which she does have the best entrance in WWE.
She does have the best entrance.
Yeah, and then but goddamn, she fucking like lit it up at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, you got to get her a belt with the glow stuff on it too.
Dude, that would be
Oh
sick.
man, that'd be so. The side plates glow.
Oh, there it is.
Yes.
Never mind, she's gonna win.
I want her to win for that. I just thought of that right now. Yes.
I changed my mind.
I think that shows you.
So cool.
I think that shows you the craziness with this pay-per-view is like that's probably the most hyped we are about the entire pay-per-view is Naomi hopefully winning the title to come out with the glow stuff.
Sometimes that's okay.
and that's also what you get though when you.
That's what you get when you do it 2 weeks later.
A 2-week build to a pay-per-view though too. So
you were saying the exact same thing to me at the same time there.
Yep.
Yeah. When it's 2 weeks later, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so there it is. I don't know. I'm not that pumped for it. I'll watch it, of course.
I'll probably watch it.
But see, that's the thing, though. That's the thing with SmackDown. They always have these things where it's like, you know what, this card doesn't look that great, and it ends up being fucking phenomenal. Goddamn, I keep saying phenomenal now. It ends up being fucking great. So
I see what you did there.
Shut up.
You need to get a thesaurus for your next podcast.
I do. And if you go back to other episodes, I'm pretty sure I use phenomenal a lot.
Pay-per-view. It'll be the great one pay-per-view.
It'll be the great.
Yeah. That was one great pay-per-view, huh, guys? Huh?
But
one great. That's like great one.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it. You need to follow us on Twitter because I never plug our Twitter thing. You need to. We're at Jabba Radio, by the way, which is pretty simple. How about we get some goddamn YouTube subscribers? Or not YouTube. Did I say YouTube? Reckless Eating already has enough goddamn YouTube subscribers. Fuck that.
Right.
How about some iTunes? There you go. iTunes subscribers.
Yeah. Leave us a 5-star review and
That'd be
put a written review on there as well, because that actually helps us
subscribe, and then that will double our subscriptions.
Yeah, because reviews and ratings actually help us get seen on the iTunes charts.
Yeah, that helps more than.
And also, if you see a review on the iTunes, also click "This review is helpful." That also apparently helps as well.
Oh, does it?
What if they say we suck?
Well, you know what? They're wrong.
Then they don't get to get past the paywall for all the exclusives.
Yep. Yeah, all the money show that we'll do later. But
yeah, by the way, guys, blueapron.com.
God damn it, no, we're not doing that shit. Anyway, I guess that's it. You guys got anything last words before we head out of here?
Rock and Roll Express, Hall of Fame, baby.
Yes, we will talk about that a lot more when they announce more stuff, but I am extremely
But it is fun
bummed.
cooking with Blue Apron.
God, shut the fuck up. We're getting out of here.
You can
All
make
right.
your meals at home.
No, God damn it, everybody.
A better way to cook.
We're out of here. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.